Hey everyone, Michael Phoenix here, founder and staff of Surrealville City Online Magazine and its predecessor Valley and Beyond, enjoying a gorgeous spring day here in Lehigh Valley in late February. I just did a editorial about eliminating the primary elections in our country. Now, I live in the state of Pennsylvania, which is one of, I believe, only 14 states left, 12 or 14, I think it's 14, that have closed primaries. By closed primaries, I mean for you to vote in an election here, in a primary election here in Pennsylvania, you have to be a member of a Democrat or Republican party. Okay, granted, it's not that much of a headache. I'm a registered independent, all right, and I talk to some more and more people that are registered third party or independents. It's not that much of a headache to go online, change it, for the primaries, and then change it back. But it's still an unnecessary step in the process. I mean, come on, seriously, we're in 2018. Why? I'm not saying, open the primaries up to all candidates, because at that point you're in the main election. What I'm saying is, why, and I actually am going to be contacting state representatives about this to look for a follow-up on it. Why are the Democrats and Republicans so afraid to open the primaries up to independent voters? Why are they not trying to attract independent and third-party voters to them? I mean, come on. I'm sorry. My experience is Democrats and Republicans, they try to stick to their core values, which some of them are actually outdated by about 30, 40, 50, 60 years maybe. But anyway, I'd throw in some humor. Hopefully you got that. But anyway, it causes voters to either say, you know what, we can't vote here, screw it, it's not worth our time. Or, again, gives us an extra step in the process to switch parties and switch back. Now, I don't even see how having a closed primary election is even legal anymore. And here's the reason, and I have seen this, but I started off by covering the local elections, I believe, about 4 years ago. And, 4 years ago, I think. 4 years ago, definitely. And I've seen this happen where I believe Lehigh Valley is primarily Democrat. I could be wrong. Forgive me if I am. At least I admit it. But, okay, primary election. You have an area, your city or town, this is across the country, by the way, no matter where you live. Your city or town is primarily Democrat or Republican, all right? So you have candidate, the Republicans or Democrats, whichever side thinks, you know what, why waste our time and resources on this local election when we can dedicate it to state, county, federal, whatever, presidential, whatever. So we're not going to run any candidates. All right, well, guess what? You only have one side or the other running in the primary election. And like I said, I have seen this firsthand. Well, guess what? Whoever wins the primary election is elected to that office. There's no point of even, unless you have a very strong independent or third party candidate running in the open election, which very rarely happens. Guess what? Main election's over for that office in May already. Yeah, you go through the formality of the election in November, but you already know who won. How is that fair to everybody? Honestly, how is that a fair system to every registered voter in that local area? Just because they don't believe in in parties, the people that what they stand for, whatever their reason, and they're a registered third party or a registered independent. How can that even be legal? And I will be contacting state representatives on this, so look for a follow-up. This is just an editorial meaning opinion. And this is from experience, and this is as a voter and stuff that really pisses me off. It doesn't even make sense to me why Democrats and Republicans are so afraid and have so much fear of losing their power base that they don't want to even pass, say, you know what, we want to find out what everybody thinks, not just our two parties in the primary election. We want to know what everyone thinks. We want to know everyone's opinion. We want to know how everyone will vote, not just, if they're a Democrat, okay, well, our party our party automatically win the election. It's just okay, who's going to represent us? If you're, Democrat or Republican. It's time for Pennsylvania to move into the modern age, into the modern decade, into the modern year. And Pennsylvania isn't the only state like this, believe me. In fact, I'm considering moving to another one that has closed primaries. It's time for these states to move into the modern era. It's time for the Democrats and Republicans. I'm mainly familiar with the Democrats. I'm trying to get on the press list for the Republicans. Have not succeeded so far. It's time for the two parties to get into the modern era, the modern year, the modern age. I don't vote. I don't know about you. I don't vote for a party. I vote for the person who I think is going to do the best job. I don't care if they're 18 years old. I don't care if they're 60. Democrat, Republican, Green, Libertarian, Independent, whatever. Don't care. I just don't give a shit about the parties or age or anything. Okay? I vote for who I think is the best qualified for that political position, office, whether it's dog catcher up to the President of the United States. And it's time we started, as registered voters, it's time we started looking at things that way also. Male, female, LGBTQ, straight, don't matter to me, honestly. I vote for the candidate and the person who's going to best represent the interests, my interests, what I'm concerned about, and the people that, are my friends, family, etc., their best interests and what they're concerned about. Pennsylvania and other states, wake up. Open up the primary system, the primary elections to every single voter across the board. To Democrats and Republicans, if you want to find out the real numbers, the actual numbers, you will not be able to get this bill to the floor fast enough and get it passed fast enough if you really care about the residents of Pennsylvania and other states with closed primaries and what is in the best interest for them, not just what's in the best interest for your party. Welcome to the modern era. Welcome to the modern age. It's time as a country and a political system and election system we started living in it. Michael Phoenix, founder and staff, as I said, Surreal Vale City, its predecessor, Valley and Beyond, which really kicked everything off almost 5 years ago, actually. Please go to the Thanks to the Sponsors page, support those people and businesses, and because without them and without some other people behind the scenes, none of this could happen. Thank you very much out there for your support, the page views, and all the support you give me. Without you, it's what keeps me going, and there wouldn't be a point. It's been I don't know if it's like this where you live, but it's been an interesting winter and one hell of a roller coaster ride, literally. Get out there and enjoy it, and make time for your family and friends. Okay?